everyone, this is Penny from Astrology, and today I am here to give Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising their 2021 predictions. Yay! Okay, so we're going to start with something kind of fun. We are going to get a animal spirit guide reading. This is not the same as spirit animal. If you know someone who does spirit animal readings, share them in the comments below, because I've been looking for someone who does that I can refer clients to. But this is just about the wisdom of the animal and which animal can help you better get through the year with more success, with less trouble. So which animal's wisdom does Gemini need in 2021? Okay. Ooh, we got the panther. So this has to do with surprising people, and it's about using the element of surprise in your career, in your romantic relationships. It can help make things a little bit more exciting as well, you know, finding new ways to surprise and romance your partner and giving people something that they did not expect. So where a lot of things might feel stale and mundane in your career or even your love life, not saying that they are, I'm saying that they might, and that's for you to determine. But anything that feels stale, using the element of surprise and exploring new areas of yourself and your personality and who you are and what you actually have to offer the world will help keep things exciting, not just for other people, because other people honestly don't need it as much as you do, Gemini. You're the one that needs the excitement. So it's about exploring new sides of your personality and surprising other people in a way that also allows you to explore new sides of yourself. So that's a really fun card to be able to get for your animal wisdom for the year. All right, so we are going to start with a very general reading, seeing what's going on in various areas of your life. I'm sorry, I just hit the table because that's what I do. I accidentally hit tables. Yeah, and then we're going to respond to the information that we're given in the first reading. And we're going to get new information just on things we need to know. So what is the year 2021 going to be like for Geminis? And this is for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising. It'll affect each placement a little bit differently. All right, there we go. So I'm seeing that this is going to be a very kind of romantic, emotionally connected year. That might also make it feel like it's a little bit more dramatic. And like you're basically flying to your destiny. You're trying to figure out, you know, where you're meant to be, both in your love life, your career, your place in the world. What is that one true role that you are meant to have? Perhaps seeking new titles as well. All right, in terms of money, I'm seeing that this has a lot to do with planning for the future, with being careful, and with seizing opportunities. So money in 2021 for you is going to require a lot of careful thought. You may specifically want to watch my video about the general 2021 predictions, because I'm seeing this careful web you're weaving as having to do with how you invest money as well. And I'm seeing that a lot of Geminis are either about to invest in stocks or that they already have money in stocks, and you'll need to be careful and have good planning with that. So I don't dive that deep in my 2021 video. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't see anyone else expressing interest in it. But I did see some changes happening in the stock market. So Gemini, you're good at doing research. You can probably figure this out without me. But my video is there in case you decide you want it. All right, and then we have this Mother of Wands coming up. So I'm showing that this is about you being more assertive in your conversations that you have with people. And, you know, willing to be aggressive, willing to defend your opinions, willing to defend your point. So this can make you like, just a fair warning, because I am a Leo and I often speak too aggressively. And I feel like Geminis are so good at talking and they don't have this problem as much as I do. But you might end up having a little bit of the problem that I do in 2021 where you get a little bit too aggressive with the way you're talking, and then people are like, oh, I don't think I like Gemini as much anymore. Gemini's poison. Gemini's mean. So just a fair warning about that type of communication style, because I would know. All right, what's going on with the home and family? We have the Hierophant. So I see this as something big being revealed, something being found out. For a lot of you, this is going to have to do with inheritances. It's going to have to do with family funds. And I feel like for some of you, there's going to be something about your home or something about your property that you discover as well that is really of importance and that brings up kind of a controversial issue. So it might be that you're looking at a home that's like on an Indian burial ground, because I know that's common in the area that I live in right now. It might be that there's like a natural mineral or something discovered in your home. Or it might be just that someone was hiding something big or being dishonest about things in the past, like a family member, especially if it's someone that you used to live with. I don't feel like it's anyone that you currently live with, but used to. Could be an old roommate too. Could be like they stole your necklace or something like ridiculous like that, and you don't find out about it till 2021. Okay. So we're having some messy affairs in 2021, and this isn't just about romantic affairs, but it's also about just things that you get caught up wasting your time in, things that you kind of lust after. So it might be like a low-key video game addiction or something along those lines that just ends up eating up a lot of your time. So I'm seeing that you really are going to have something you're obsessed with in 2021, and an area that you really kind of need to get things sorted out so that the rest of your life can function more smoothly. And then in terms of work and everyday responsibilities, I'm seeing this as you having a very, very important role in your community, in your household, and you are someone that people are relying on for protection. This might be a little bit nerve-wracking at times, but I am seeing that things look like they're going to run smoothly, even if it feels very stressful. So in terms of relationships, I'm seeing that someone's going to lie to you about something, but you're going to see right through it. That's what I'm getting from this. And I feel like you'll get that sorted out fairly quickly, like within the first few months of 2021. We're definitely going to pull more cards on this. Don't worry. We're going to see who's lying to you. And find out more about that, because I know that kind of like caused some anxiety to hear that. I don't want to just like drop that bomb on you and leave it there. All right, and then poor Gemini. Gemini has had so many 8th house transits, like with especially Pluto there. It's just been eating them up, and it's been a really hard time. It's about growing. It's about changing the way you deal with things. It's about changing habits in a lot of ways too. So this is showing that you are in a position where, you know, you feel like the world has been really cruel. You feel like things have been really sucky, but you're like, well, it's time for me to evolve. It's time for me to grow out of this. It's time for me to get myself out of that situation that was making me feel like a victim. So I'm going to draw more cards on that too. So far we have the lie that someone's telling you, and the getting out of victimhood thing, I guess, is essentially what I could refer to it as. Okay. This card in the position it came up in has a lot to do with being very influential when it comes to travel. That's what I'm getting. And if you have any kind of work where you do travel advice or you sell things that contribute to travel in some way, or maybe you're enforcing COVID restrictions and you're discouraging people from travel, whatever. I'm seeing that you're going to have a lot of influence when it comes to travel. For some reason, I'm not seeing that you're gonna travel this year. It doesn't mean that no Gemini on Earth is gonna travel this year, because that would be an absurd claim. Like, there's like probably at least millions of Geminis. I don't know the actual number, but I'm not seeing travel come up if it's out of the normal for you. I'm not seeing like anything new happening with travel. But I'm seeing that you have kind of like a wealth of knowledge about something that is going on regarding travel, and that you are going to be someone who's able to give advice to other people regarding that. And it might be specifically that some people want to come to visit you specifically. All right, in terms of career, it looks like there's a partnership that you're kind of getting tangled up in your career, and there's a lot of emotional complications regarding that. So I definitely want more information on that soon. With friends, it does look like things are going to be really good. It's going to be a really supportive network. Things are going to be like a well-oiled machine. It's really good. You have strong friendships where you're going to be helping your friends, and they're going to be helping you and giving each other words of encouragement when it comes to accomplishing your goals for 2021. Friendships look good in 2021. What is unseen? Ooh, there's going to be some missed opportunities in 2021. Okay, so we're definitely drawing a card on that. Wanted to know about this messy love life situation. I guess this is kind of one and the same. I don't think we need more information about that. So I want to know what BS, essentially, someone's going to be trying to feed you. What is the victimhood that you need to find your way out of? And what is this emotional complication that's going to affect your career? That's what I want to know about. Those 4 things. Okay, which one should we do first? We're having a bit of a Dora the Explorer moment where I pretend I can hear you. Oh, what's that? You want to know about missed opportunities? Okay, we'll do that. Sorry, I just needed my tea to comfort me from that awkward moment. My awkward joke, I'm sorry. Okay, what are the missed opportunities? Okay, so the spirits are giving me some good advice. They're like, you don't want to just know what the missed opportunities are. You want to know how you can avoid missing the opportunities, which is a much smarter way to answer this question. I know it might not satisfy our curiosity as much, but if you can identify the opportunities as they come, instead of just straight up missing them, then that would be better for you. And living throughout the year, living your life in 2021 will answer the questions for you. So we're not going for curiosity here. We're going for functional advice. All right, that was it. Like, to people who don't read tarot, it's probably just annoying that I'm like showing the cards and putting them down with no explanation. They're like, well, what does that mean? Well, what about that one? What does that mean? It looks odd. What is going on here? Why does this man have all these cups behind him? Okay. So what's going on? What's this opportunity? Okay. I feel like this is a Capricorn. This is a Capricorn you need to talk to and listen to. If it's not a Capricorn, it's someone else who's very, very business-minded, who's going to be trying to give you advice, who's going to be trying to give you some information. There's going to be other people who don't make as much money, who don't really know what they're talking about, people who are struggling financially who try to give you advice, and you need to not listen to those people. The fact that you would even be tempted to listen to people who don't make a lot of money for money advice, to me, I assume they're probably charismatic, they're probably charming, they could very well be someone you already like and already have a bias in favor of, so you're really tempted to listen to them when it comes to this issue. But for some reason, they're behaving in a way that makes them seem very generous, but it's either that they're not capable of helping, or even more likely, they don't actually want to help. They're just, giving you advice because it makes them feel good about themselves, the fact that you're even asking them for advice. So avoid this person. And in fact, what I'm getting right now is it's more likely someone who does actually make a lot of money, but they're not really on your side, even if you initially thought they were. They're someone who doesn't want you to make as much money because they like being your superior. So you got to think about people's incentives and where they're actually coming from. And I'm also getting this is someone you don't know as well. You probably already know of them. You've probably already talked to them. You know, they might not be completely new in your life in 2021. But the person that you need to listen to and you need to take advice from more is someone who's more familiar with you, someone you talk to more regularly, who actually does want to give you their best advice and give you the best information possible. And this other person who's not as invested in you is going to feel like they're giving you breadcrumbs. They're just giving you like little tidbits of information here and there. But the person who's actually like a member of your life, part of your team, they're going to be giving you like the whole spiel. They're going to be giving you like everything. And that's how you're going to know that you can trust them more. So avoid talking to people who give you breadcrumbs. That's what I'm getting from that. We have the Lovers come up again, and in such a weird position. So this is the advice position of what to do. And it's the Lovers. So this is saying that if you feel yourself kind of like going into fantasy land and dreaming and all that, it's probably actually a good thing. And what I'm getting from this one is like, don't try to be so pragmatic that it feels like you're lying to yourself and you're not even being true to yourself anymore. So this is about being careful, being analytical, and getting the whole analysis paralysis thing from this, where you overanalyze something but you don't actually make a decision. So this can be a year where it's better to fly like an eagle to some extent and to let your connections, let your emotional connections to things help you make your decisions. That sounds like such weird advice. Like, by all means, if that sounds wrong to you, don't take the advice, but that's just what I'm getting from the cards. I gotta read it like I see it. Okay, in terms of actual money, I know we had a lot of like money relationships coming up, and it's because you're talking to people about money a lot in 2021. What I'm getting here is that there's a tried and true method that you are already familiar with when it comes to making money, and this is the way to go. Some of the habits you had in the past that you already know didn't work, you might be tempted to resort back to them, especially because of this person who's trying to give you bad advice. So if you already know it doesn't work, don't bother with it. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. Okay. So in 2021, it's going to be better for you to feel content being in a state of suspense, where you don't actually know what's going on, where there's some degree of anticipation about what's happening. It's better to feel comfortable in that. And if you try to just go and eat the cake before it's done baking, you're ultimately not going to be as satisfied in the end, is what I'm getting. So don't try to just go for the gratification. Let yourself hang out in that state of suspense where you don't get the instant gratification. This is essentially what I'm getting. So that is how you can avoid missing those opportunities. Now, I feel like I should have just told you what the opportunities were, or like done a reading on it, because like I have to do a reading on it. I can't just sit here and make stuff up. That's not what I do. I hope you liked that advice. I feel like it left me frustrated. I want to know what the thing is. What is the opportunities? Okay, I'm just gonna read on it. I gotta know. Curiosity kills the cat, but satisfaction brings it back. All right, there we go. So I don't feel like I'm getting anything specific, unfortunately. It's going to be something where you feel like you're trapped and there's nothing you can do about it, and there's too much competition, and other people have the freedom to act and to seize what they want, but for some reason you tell yourself that you can't. You tell yourself you don't have the opportunity. So it is going to have a lot to do with making excuses. You made an excuse why you couldn't do it and why you couldn't go after it. And there's so many other people who you feel are more capable. So this is going to be an opportunity that you see, but you kind of willingly give up on. So at least it's something you're actually going to be able to see. I feel like this is another friend whose advice you don't take. So you have these really good supportive friends in 2021, but it looks like one of the biggest mistakes that's coming up so far is ignoring the advice of people who actually care about you. So I'm kind of getting that whole listen to your friends message going on here. And Panther coming back, surprise yourself. You know what? You thought you couldn't do it. That's a mistake. Prove to yourself that you can. And so I'm seeing this as just something, it makes you really emotional because it's something you wanted so bad in the past that you just, you cry when you think about the possibility of losing it. It's just a really emotional, overwhelming experience for you. This is one of your big, big dreams that you are mentally prepared to cheat yourself out of. And honestly, how dare you, Gemini? How dare you? It's what you're giving into your own negative mindset. You are enslaving yourself with your own negative mindset right now. Stop it. I want to grab you by the hair. Stop enslaving yourself. Stop trapping yourself in your own thoughts, Gemini. It might be because there's specifically people who said mean things to you in the past. Who cares? Who cares? Don't listen to them. Wasted time, wasted effort, wasted energy, all because you're talking yourself out of going after the thing that you really wanted. And it's going to be right there for you, Gemini, in 2021. It's going to be within your reach, but you're going to let it go because you psych yourself out. And it's going to be oh, how horrible, that sucked, because you didn't go after it. Now, I'm not even going to do a reading about what will happen if you go after it, because there's only one way to find out, and that's for you to do it. And you're hoping that someone else is going to help you for some reason, but this is a situation where you have to help yourself. All right, now that I'm done lecturing you, we can go back to the other parts of this reading. Okay, so I think that actually already explained what is the victimhood. That's the mean words that other people said to you, and it's the way you've let it sit in your mind and infect your mind like a disease. Okay? Get those negative words out. Try some positive affirmations. Geminis are very verbal. Words are a big deal for Gemini. So if you are witchy, go ahead, do some spell work. Use your words to create a better mindset for yourself. Maybe just do some positive affirmations as well, whichever you prefer. Okay, so next thing I want to cover is, let's go to what is this entanglement that is affecting your career in 2021. All right, that is the reading. Jade, go back in your room.
Can you please put this on the wall?
In your room, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Her dad's home too. Why do kids always go to the mom to ask the weird questions? I was busy. Just saying. Need more tea. Okay. Look who showed up again. It's this guy. Giving you the breadcrumbs. So I'm feeling this is a situation that's just not good for you. You know, there's this person, same person giving you the breadcrumbs most likely, who showed up in the other reading, who doesn't really care about your own best interest, but you are kind of goo goo gaga over them. It's like the ghost of lovers past. It's like, wow, they're giving me attention. Wow, they're giving me advice. Wow, they must really care. But it kind of goes against the best interest of your own family. What I'm wondering is, why are they involved in your career? And I feel like it's just kind of because you let them be involved. Like, I'm not seeing that they are a coworker. And if they are a coworker, they're not someone who you actually have to listen to for any reason either. It's just, you pretty much just let them because they charmed you into it. And you let them have to do with your money and your career and all of these things just because they're schmoozy. Just because they manipulated you. Really, you're going to reward them for manipulating you, and it's going to cause you nothing but pain and burden. For some reason, you feel like it's the right thing to do, to listen to this person and to let them affect your decisions about what you do with money, what you do in your career, what you invest in. But I'm sorry to say, you are not this person's priority. They've got someone else they prioritize above you. So this is someone like who's completely outside of your best interest, who doesn't care about your well-being, who doesn't care about your family, who doesn't care about helping you obtain wealth. But for some reason, you really get them confused. Like, you might actually think that this person's your friend. You might actually think that they're on your side. It's going to be hard for you to differentiate which one is the person giving you breadcrumbs and which one is the person who's actually on your team. It's going to be hard for you to differentiate, but keep in mind that the proof is in the pudding. There's going to be evidence of it. Like this is, if you communicate with someone via messenger, especially, this is the difference between someone who like gives you one sentence responses and someone who like writes a whole book for you, who gives you paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of information on what it was you wanted to know. That's going to be the easiest way to tell which person's which. And you need to listen to the person that gives you more information, not less. I'm seeing that this person's just kind of leave you exhausted by the end of it. They're not really going to leave you with anything. They're not going to be helping you out. And they might even be using an excuse. And I feel like they're a liar. They're just going to make something up. So let's see what this lie actually is, because I'm fairly certain that it's the same person who's been showing up for all of this. Same person that you're going to let plague your year of 2021. Okay, what is this lie? They have some kind of addiction they're dealing with. It's part of the lie. Or really, I'm getting that the addiction is more the reason why they told the lie, but, you know, it's not actually the lie itself. Like, the addicts don't just come up to you and be like, hi, I don't have an addiction, because that would be way too obvious if they did. So normally they end up lying about other things that hide their addiction and that help perpetuate their addiction. But that's this person's incentive for lying. They have an addiction and they're trying to keep it a secret from you. They're not going to like it when you figure out what's going on. They're not. You're not going to be able to have an actual relationship with them because of this nonsense. Even though you were hoping for the best, like, you totally had your head in the clouds when it came to this person. It's like you couldn't see what was right in front of you. And it's partially because they basically just make a habit of telling you all the good shit. You know, they play it up, they build up this fantasy, they make it sound like you and them are going to have this like great life together. And I don't know how much of that is something they actually said and then also something you just like felt emotionally, like you felt such a good connection with them that you imagined that things would be great with them, but really it's not. And they don't do the things that they said they were going to do. And whoever they're committed to, they are already with that person. And I don't even feel like they're like looking for something casual at this time. I feel like it's kind of a delusion that they've created. And that why are they telling you all these lies? Why are they making it sound like they're going to do things that they're not actually going to do? I feel like it's like that just they don't want to be called out on their shit. It's like as simple as that. This is like totally a shallow reason for them to even bother with this. But they let you believe that they are going to do things that they're really not going to do, simply because they don't want to be called out on their shit, and simply because they have this secret addiction that they're dealing with. So the lie is basically going to have to do with where their priorities actually are. For a lot of them, it's going to be about who they're sleeping with. It's going to be about the type of lifestyle they have, and specifically their situation at home. They might have like a partner that they actively live with that they don't actually tell you about. What are some other possibilities? Because it's not going to be the same for all Geminis. I am feeling like this is mostly someone just not telling you that they are in a serious, committed relationship. And they're just, it's not even necessarily because they want a relationship with you. I don't even think that's why it is. I feel like they just like to kind of maintain a certain degree of illusion for some reason, probably because it gives them the upper hand in manipulating people for other reasons. So if that's the same person, this is someone who's trying to manipulate you when it comes to money and career matters. Yeah, but that was my reading for you, Gemini. Let me know how it goes. If you want to leave a comment, please do. I love reading them, as long as they're not the crazy ones. I get some weird ones sometimes. Yeah, and links will be below if you want any additional information. If you want to share these videos with your friends, you can first use the link to my website to look up their charts so you can know their placements and all that, and then you can share their videos with them. And I wish you the best in 2021. Please do not talk yourself out of success. Bye.